Hello to the Stockhead faithful, good to be back with you again. This week I'll be talking about an Asian tungsten developer that's making some great strides. First onto markets, plenty of volatility. Obviously with the conflict in the Middle East, we've seen spikes in oil amongst other commodities. Rare earths has been back on the agenda in a big way. Seen a bit of a lift in rare earth prices of some of the Australian listed developers, including Meteoric and Viridis. I think we'll see that trend continue. Recent paper out by UBS was interesting, highlighted the impact of humanoid robots, which are set to make a big impact over the coming decade. They're projecting 2 million by 2035 and up to 300 million by 2050. What's significant about this is they're big consumers of neodymium and praseodymium, contain 1.3 kilos per robot, so quite a high concentration. Back onto our tungsten developer, Almonty Industries. The ticker is AII. This is a company I mentioned back in February. Stock was around $1.50, recently trading over $3.50. Plenty of activity there. On the board, they've just appointed Alan Estevez, who's a former DoD executive in the US, believed to be an authority on national security and defence logistics. In early June, the company put out an announcement about congressional recognition in the US. So this could open the door for funding, premium pricing, long-term offtake, amongst other things. The company is also re-domiciling to the US and looking to do a NASDAQ listing in the second half of 2025. The company currently has an enterprise value of around 600 million at about 340 a share. Sphene Research Group just put a valuation of around $6 Aussie a share on the stock. As you know, it trades in Toronto and the ASX. Outlook for tungsten is pretty strong. Prices have been very strong the last few years. Pretty tight market. There's restrictions from the Department of Defence on tungsten, and China is curtailing exports, as we already know. So the big news from an operational point of view is Sandong in South Korea coming online. That's due to come online at a rate of around 2,300 tonnes of concentrate per annum, ramping up to about 4,600 tonnes within around 12 months. Another significant development there is there's a molybdenum deposit adjacent to the Sandong mine that's already permitted. Pretty high grade, and Sphene are projecting that moly is going to account for around just under half of the revenue in the next 5 years, just under 800 million. So definitely one to keep an eye on. I think the NASDAQ listing is going to put a bomb under the share price. It's been holding steady around 340. Plenty of investor interest, particularly as they're going to be the largest tungsten producer in the world ex-China. So strategically important. The earnings look strong. The 100 million tonnes in resources, they're in a pretty good position. Sandong itself has over a 90-year mine life, producing about 80 million Aussie EBITDA a year. Keep an eye on that, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.